Hey, welcome. This would be the drop. Welcome to the drop. This would be episode 9. Wearing a hat because my hair's getting so long. But this is actually my old baseball cap from back in grade school whenever I played. I haven't played since, but anyway. So, man, like this week, I did my first live stream. I just played Pokemon Fire Red, and so I think what I'm gonna do is, like, on my YouTube, I'll set it up as I guess somewhat of like a Let's Play-ish. Or like, cause I already did it, I said part 1, and then I think for the podcast episode, because all I did was I just took that audio from that video and then put it onto the podcast platform that I use, and then so it's just all the conversation, and yeah, that's it. But there were a few problems with it, like, well, one, I felt like I was getting more of like a Pokemon community, like, cause 2 people did show up, and I'm glad that they did. But I'm kind of nervous because I don't want to like switch communities, you know what I mean? Because I am trying to target like people who are interested in trying to you know, improve themselves. I don't want to become like a gamer, you know what I mean? That's just one way I thought would be a decent way to do it, or something. But again, I mean, this is my project. I really shouldn't take this too seriously. It's kind of like, if you show up and listen, you do. If you just want to watch me playing a game, you can do that too. So I guess it doesn't really matter, now that I kind of think about it more. Yeah, I mean, it went pretty well, though. I mean, like I said, I had 2 people show up, which was cool. But I had a few problems. Like, one, I didn't know how to, because I wanted it to be like an interactive thing. Like, if they said something or asked a question, I would like answer it or whatever. But it became more like, I felt like it was more, well, not more, I literally could not see the chat because I was screen recording my computer, and so I didn't know how to be able to change to the screen to see what people were saying without eliminating my screen itself, you know? And I just feel like that was a little bit of an issue, so I'm gonna have to figure out that a little bit. And also find a balance between looking at it and talking, you know what I mean? I mean, it's only once a week, so I guess it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, every Monday, at least for now, I'll be doing that. And I'll finish Fire Red, I'll finish the game, and then see what else. Because like I said, like, I don't want to just be, like, I don't want to be known for, like, gaming or anything. Like, I want to be known for pursuing finance and pursuing finance and leadership, you know? And I guess more like philosophy stuff, but that's just an easy way to sort of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And it's cool, because, like, you know, I literally get to play a game and be productive at the same time. But I don't know, we'll see about that. I'll have to figure that out. But like I said, I'll just finish that, and then afterward I'll see, like, what else I can do. Like, if maybe I could do like a drawing thing or whatever, because like I do draw sometimes. That's not like my thing, but I do like to draw. Or like maybe I'll make like a video or like a live stream of me making a music song, just to show how I do it. Because the way I do it, like, I feel like so I play guitar and I make those beats, and it's like a completely different vibe. Because whenever I'm playing guitar, like I'm just like chilling and I'm strumming, I'm just having a good time. But whenever I play guitar, it's a lot different where I am or whenever I'm making a beat, it's like I'm making it for someone to be rapping over. You know what I mean? So I leave it very open. I feel like with my guitar, I make it very full. So it's more just like a groovy, you know, a groovy kind of tune. But, yeah. Speaking of the, excuse me, speaking of the beats, I've been working on this one song. And I just met with a friend who showed me how to, like, or sort of like his process of how he records vocals. And so I want to try and start like taking that seriously, start recording, maybe make an album or something. Not just like an album, like maybe I'll make an album of just like guitar and then another album of just like raps, you know, because those are the two things that I like to do. Yeah, speaking about like, so this friend, he makes music and does like a lot of art and stuff, and he's actually got some really cool things going. He's got like this plan, and that's why I actually reconnected with him. But after I reconnected with him, like I just started like I started sort of thinking through like, okay, you know what I mean, who else can I meet up again? Because there's a lot of people, and I actually talked about this on the live stream, there's a lot of people who were in my life and are now like not, you know what I mean? And right now in this transition period, because I'm about to leave high school, I've been reconnecting. One thing I found is like my productivity, like ever since I've been like reconnecting with people, like my focus has shifted so much. But it's interesting because like thinking about it or like reviewing it or inspection, it's kind of like I feel like I've improved so much, and I can tell the most whenever I am, you know, with someone especially who knew me a while back and is now talking to me now, and we're just sort of like re-catching up. Like it's just interesting, and so just like how much I've grown. And I feel like there's always like a phase where you need to sort of go into yourself before you present something to the world, you know? Like any extreme period of growth should be self-focused, and you know what I mean? Like even kids go through a whole phase of like they don't care anything about the world, it's all about them, very selfish, you know, and a baby is always being given stuff. But then after that phase, it's like once you start hitting the middle school, you start getting out of like that selfish mindset and you start thinking more about other people, not in a good way, because a lot of people are like, once they start noticing people, they also start like thinking about what other people are thinking about them and start like noticing all their flaws, which again, then you notice people and then it reflects back on you, and then you start going through like this whole self process again, you know, where you're like, am I ugly, am I this, am I that, and you start doubting yourself, and then it becomes selfish again, where like you're all focused on yourself, always looking in the mirror, always checking yourself. And then after that, there's high school, where it's just like things sort of open up, you know what I mean? Like you see so many new things and realize that, you know, people do so many different things, and there's not just like one way to do things. You know, high school is sort of whenever you realize that a lot of what you thought you knew, you don't know, and that, I mean, life just really opens up in high school. But then it starts to come back, you know? Like, it's really, really fun. At least for me, it was super fun freshman, sophomore year. But then it started to become like, what is the purpose of this, you know? Like, where am I headed? What is my goal? So again, it's like, it's really fun, you're outward, and then it reverts back inward, where you know, you're trying to figure out what are you going to do with the rest of your life, or where you're going to go to college. And then there's junior, and then I feel like by the end of senior year, I sort of started to realize, like, just let go. Like, it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You're just going through life. You don't have to, like, have all the details figured out and everything. But I still feel like I was still in that self phase by the end of senior year, and I feel like throughout the summer, well, during, like, quarantine, I was still self, and then it started to notice, like, during April, whenever things were most crazy, more people again, you know, and started realizing, like, I've been focusing so much on myself, rather, like, now I'm taking more of a receiving perspective. So, like, people tell me things and I just, like, receive. I try not to let, because, you know, sometimes, like, people say things that you disagree with, and there's, like, that jump in your heart where it's like, oh, you know, but it's just like, you know what I mean, I'll just hear it. I've learned to sort of just relax that, receive the information, I'll pick through it, you know, decide, like, what makes sense based on what I know now, and then following that, you know, decide, like, what I believe in. You know what I mean? I'm not just, like, walking around without a clue. You know what I mean? I have an idea, but I also recognize that a lot of that idea is also in correlation with a feeling, and a feeling doesn't make this idea a fact, you know? So that's just something interesting, I guess, that I've been thinking about lately. Just how, like, in every extreme growth phase, there's always an internal that becomes an external. You know, it's almost like we keep doing this, and, like, internal, internal, you know? Almost like we notice ourselves, and we learn about ourselves, and we like ourselves, and then we notice other people, and then we don't like ourselves again, and through the process of not liking ourselves, we reflect back on ourselves, and then we notice other people again. And now it's starting to become, like, now that I'm done with high school and going into my life and seeing even more people, it's like, or starting to, like, get an idea of, like, what this world, or how this world works and how it runs. Now it's starting to become, like, I'm less insecure about myself. You know what I mean? Because now I'm listening, I think. Like, I feel like I've learned how to just listen to people and try and understand people, why they do things. And one, you don't take anything too personally anymore, because it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, I make mistakes, that's okay, but, like, also people have these ideas, and sometimes they don't necessarily mean what they mean, or, like, they're going through something, or they're growing. I mean, there's many levels of it. Like, whenever I say, like, I listen to people now, like, either, like, they'll say something or make an offensive statement or just get angry and frustrated. Rather than me getting frustrated, I start to notice, like, that there are a lot of reasons previous and signs that were leading up before that. And then, because sometimes we take it personally, but it's not. It's just, like, most of the time people are just having a bad day. So part of, like, what I try to do is, like, just be really, really, really stable and set, like I said, the vibration, which I've talked about before, but I feel like it's taken on, like, a whole new meaning recently. Yeah, I mean, that's just something that, yeah, I mean, let me know what you think, like, about this whole internal, external, or if maybe you know something, or have read something, or, like, seen something in some psychology class or whatever, because, I mean, I would like to hear some more information on this, and, I mean, I could look into it myself, but, I mean, it'd be more fun, you know what I mean? If I got some interaction, maybe someone telling me, like, you know, what's up. But yeah, so I mean, if any of you know anything, just leave something in the comments. I'll check it out. Make sure you leave a like for sure. If you like these, at least. If you don't, then, I mean, you don't have to, I guess. But, you know, make sure you subscribe for more. And then of course I'm doing the live streams, and maybe check out the podcast if you want. It should be on Spotify and a few others, and Anchor.fm though is where it's on. It's just called TheDrop Podcast. It might take you a while. You can go to my Instagram and find it there, or like find a link to it there. So that's something. But yeah, thanks for watching though, and I hope to see you next Sunday or Monday for the live stream. Alright, I'll check you later. Bye.